Join me as I dive deep into the wisdom of FRED Hammond at 64 years old. Let's see if I can capture his life lessons and insights in just 24 hours. FRED Hammond is a name synonymous with excellence in gospel music. With a career spanning decades, he's not just a legend but a beacon of inspiration for many. Recently, at 64 years old, Hammond shared some profound reflections on his journey, faith, and the evolving landscape of gospel music. His words carry weight, not just because of his age, but because of the impact he's had on the genre. FRED Hammond, a name that's long been synonymous with gospel excellence, faith, and integrity, has just found himself at the center of a storm that no one saw coming. Fans are shocked, critics are furious, and social media is on fire after what many are calling a major misstep by one of gospel's most respected voices. People are asking, did FRED Hammond really just say that? And has he finally crossed the line? What happened in that moment? Has the entire gospel world divided? And once you hear the full story, you might never look at him the same way again. FRED Hammond isn't just another gospel singer. He's a living legend. For decades, his music has been a source of comfort, faith, and inspiration for millions. From his time with Commission to his unforgettable solo career, Fred's voice has been a guiding light for believers across the world. But now, that same voice is at the center of a firestorm that's shaking the gospel community to its core. In the past few weeks, social media has been buzzing with conversations, debates, and even outrage over something FRED Hammond said and did, something that many fans believe went too far. The story has spread like wildfire, leaving people wondering what really happened and why such a respected figure would say or do something that's causing so much division. In this video, we're diving deep into the controversy surrounding FRED Hammond. We'll look at what started it all, how people reacted, and what this could mean for his reputation and career moving forward. You won't believe the hidden details we uncovered and the shocking reactions from inside the gospel world itself. This is where it gets interesting, because not everything you've heard online is the full truth. Stay tuned until the end, because what we're about to reveal will make you see this story from a completely different perspective. And trust me, the last part of this video might just change how you view not only FRED Hammond, but the entire gospel industry. To understand how things reached this boiling point, we need to go back to where it all began. It all started during a live event where FRED Hammond was invited to speak and perform. What was supposed to be a moment of worship and inspiration quickly turned into something else, something that caught everyone off guard. During his message, FRED Hammond spoke candidly about the current state of the church and the gospel music industry. He touched on topics like hypocrisy, judgment, and what he called the performative faith that he feels has taken over modern Christianity. But somewhere in the middle of that passionate moment, FRED said something that made jaws drop, a statement that many felt crossed a line. He criticized a certain group of gospel artists and pastors, claiming that they were using the name of God to build fame instead of faith. At first, the crowd was silent. Some people nodded in agreement, while others looked visibly uncomfortable. It wasn't just what he said, it was how he said it. The tone, the delivery, and the raw frustration behind his words made it sound more personal than general. Clips of that moment were quickly recorded and shared online. Within hours, they went viral across X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. Thousands of users started dissecting every word he said, debating his true intentions. Some people praised him for his honesty, saying that FRED was finally calling out the hypocrisy that's been ignored for years. Others, however, accused him of arrogance and claimed he was tearing down his own brothers and sisters in Christ for attention. Even gospel bloggers and Christian influencers joined the conversation, analyzing every part of his statement. One clip in particular showed FRED saying, "You can't serve two masters, God and the stage." That line became the headline for countless posts and reaction videos, sparking even more speculation about who he was referring to. But here's the thing, FRED never mentioned any names. He didn't point fingers directly. Yet, somehow the gospel world knew exactly who he was talking about. Some fans connected his words to a recent dispute among several popular gospel artists who were accused of focusing more on fame than ministry. And that connection is what turned FRED's statement from a moment of reflection into a full-blown controversy. By the end of that week, what started as a single comment had grown into a movement. Some were calling it FRED Hammond's truth moment, while others labeled it the gospel industry divide. But what many didn't know was that this wasn't the first time Fred Hammond had spoken about these issues. In fact, he had hinted at his frustrations years ago, long before this viral moment ever happened. And that's where things get even more interesting. Because when you look at Fred's past statements and interviews, you'll see a pattern that suggests this explosion didn't just happen out of nowhere. It's been building for a long time. To really understand why this recent controversy shook the gospel world so deeply, you have to look at Fred Hammond's long history of being outspoken. Fred has never been the type to shy away from hard truths. As artists age, they often face unique challenges. The music industry is constantly evolving, with new sounds and styles emerging all the time. For gospel artists like Fred Hammond, staying relevant can be particularly tough. The industry's rapid changes can make it difficult for them to adapt while remaining true to their message. Hammond has seen it all, from the rise of contemporary gospel to the challenges of staying connected with a younger audience. The music landscape has changed dramatically over Hammond's career. With the advent of digital platforms, artists can now reach a global audience more easily than ever before. However, this also means that the traditional paths to success are no longer the only routes. Hammond's reflections on these changes offer valuable insights for both aspiring and established artists. His ability to navigate these shifts while maintaining his artistic integrity is a testament to his enduring influence. Hammond's music and message have always been rooted in his faith. As he shares his thoughts on the current state of gospel music, he emphasizes the importance of authenticity and staying true to one's beliefs. He believes that the core of gospel music is not just about sound but about the message of hope and redemption it conveys. His insights are not just relevant to gospel artists but to anyone looking to make a meaningful impact through their work. One powerful moment from Hammond's recent reflections stands out. He spoke about the importance of perseverance and faith in the face of adversity. According to Hammond, it's not about seeking fame or success, but about using one's talents to glorify God and inspire others. This message resonates deeply with his audience, reminding them of the transformative power of music and faith. Fred Hammond's reflections offer a blend of wisdom, experience, and inspiration. His thoughts on aging, faith, and the music industry provide valuable lessons for artists and non-artists alike. As he continues to influence the gospel music scene, his legacy serves as a reminder of the impact one person can have through their dedication to their craft and their beliefs. If you're inspired by Fred Hammond's story and want to dive deeper into the world of gospel music, be sure to check out more of our videos. Share your thoughts on Fred Hammond's impact in the comments below. Thanks for the watching and subscribes.